At this point, you have rolled your recipient over, you've finished doing all the work on their back, and you're now going to perform the finger pull. No, we are not pulling their fingers. We are actually going to perform a superior lymphatic pump. So when I say it's superior, very often people will go and have a foot lymphatic pump. This is a much gentler form of lymphatic pump. There's no jerking on the back or anything like that. And it's basically just flushing out all the inflammation, any of the potential petrochemicals that we've released from our massage and our VitaFlex, and just pushing it through. The lymph system is like the sewage system of the body, so we're pumping it through in ensuring that our client can eliminate anything that it needs to from their treatment as soon as possible. So when we want to place our hands for that, you just want to gently turn your client's head to one side, and we're looking for the mastoid muscle. You can see Jen running her fingers either side of Chantel's mastoid muscle there. And then she wants to just place her hand behind that on the ridge of the occiput, right about where that mole is. Which is beautiful. But we don't want to put pressure on there because that's going to be really painful for the person. You then want to twist to the other side. And again. And then naturally, Jen, just show us what it looks like to cup a person's head. We naturally want to cup like this. So we have to make sure we pull our elbows out. And then if you can just take your fingers away to show how your fingers are squared. Look at, pull them out. Like that. Beautiful. Pop them back in. Then we're going to use thumbs to rest on the temples gently, just so our hands don't slide. Jen's got her feet on the ground, her knees are nice and wide, and then she's just going to pull a trigger-like motion with her fingers. She's going to do that for a count of 10, and then she's going to check the pressure with her client. Okay. And it's really important that you stop when you check. Otherwise, they'll nod while you're doing it, and then you lose the placement of your hands. And you want to count to 60, or in this case for the first round, 50. Then you're going, because it's about 2 pulls per second is what we're aiming for. So it's about 30 seconds worth. And then you're going to rest for a minute, and then you're going to repeat it 2 more times. Now, when you look at Chantel's body moving, you can actually see her belly. You can see that she's moving, but you can also look at Jen's arms. Jen's not moving. It's just her forearms. It's just this trigger motion of her fingers. And we'll show you what that looks like after she's finished doing the finger pull, so you can imagine how you're going to utilise that particular technique. And for the last one, I actually want to show you how we would do it in the aura. So Jen's going to take her hands away from her now. Now, if somebody was contraindicated and couldn't have this particular technique done on them, we could still do it in the aura. So what that would look like is we're just going to place our hands nice and close to their body. Her fingers are still in the exact same position if she was holding the occiput, and then she's going to use her fingers, which is that very trigger action that we're talking to you about, but she's doing it in the aura. And it still has the same effect on the lymphatic system, it's just not as intense. So somebody who's had cardio issues, heart issues, high blood pressure issues can't actually have the finger pull done on them, but they can have it done in the aura. And then when we finish doing the finger pull, I generally say something to the client like, and that concludes our session for the day. Okay, that's the finger pull.